In the village of Jerebki, there were just two persons in prison. My father was first, and my uncle, brother of my mother. He was a mayor of that locality. But he was sent before he was in prison. He was imprisoned before my father was imprisoned. Once they wanted to make collective farms in Jerebki, they sent it, the mayor, my uncle, to the Soviet Union, to Soviet Ukraine, to see what's the life in the collective farms. But they showed them the best collective farms. But one of them, one of Ukrainians approached it when it was when my uncle was in the collective farm in Ukraine. He said, "This is not so." He said, "Listen, this is the best farm. This is just for example.
For sure. Yeah.
But we are slaves of collective farms. We are slaves. They give us what they want. They give us, let's say, flour. They give us little sugar, see, and we have to work from 8 o'clock till another 8 o'clock, 12 hours sometimes. It's a slavery." When my uncle came to Jerebki, in the beginning he said, "Oh, it's a lovely," in the face of a representative of Soviet Union, he said it's a lovely life in the collective farms. But then he said to some Ukrainian hospodary farmers, said, "Listen, it's a misery." And somehow, he was denounced. That he said that collective farms it's a catastrophe. You see, and he was imprisoned. So my father was imprisoned and himself. And
what year was that?
1940. On the 3rd of March.
Okay.
The 3rd of March, 1940. 1940. So he was in prison. He was interned first in Skalat. It's about 10 kilometers from Jerebki, and then after 20 days, still in March between 25th of March, whatever, they encircled the prison. They took all prisoners from that small prison, transferred them to the big prison, to Ternopil. And when my father was traveling through Kolodiivka, about 4 kilometers from Skalat, towards Ternopil, towards Panasiuka, Khodachkiv, the way conducting towards Ternopil prison, my aunt, the sister of my father, was in the church. And the very time when my father was passing by the church, she was coming from the church. And my father recognized her and said, "Say, Franz," her name was Franca, and she started to cry, Gregory, because she knew he was in prison. She started to run, and she said to Gestapo, to NKVD, "I'd like to meet your father." No way. And they continued, So that's, and my father, when he was traveling that road, it was already, that road was built by my father, this road, because he was working, he il a essayé d'améliorer les chemins en Ukraine, from Skalat to Ternopil, from Skalat to Ternopil, and he said, "Now I prepared this road for myself. Now they bring me to prison from Skalat on the same road that I was preparing with 250 workers." You see.